Hey everybody, thanks for watching. So today what I'm going to work on is I'm going to work on getting the front headlights wired up. I had to order a couple of things. The windshield wiper motor, I don't have it, and it's on back order for like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. So I'm going to still see if I can find one. So I'm going to work with what I got. Also, I was missing a little bracket for the battery tray, and I don't have it, so I can't mount the battery tray until I get that little support bracket. So I wanted to point out too, and I'm going to grab the camera real quick and show you guys. So I was watching online, American Auto Wire. They have a video that shows basically how to install the wire harness in the terminal block, and they were telling on the video basically not to bolt it in yet, just kind of leave it sitting there, and I already put mine together and bolted it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully it'll come out easy. Okay, so I'm gonna loosen this up and hopefully it'll pull out. I'm hoping it's gonna be an easy thing to do. Nice. So that came out pretty easy. So yeah, like I was saying, they were talking about just removing whatever wires you're not using, which I think is great, because I was planning on just cutting. Just giving you an example. I was planning on maybe just cutting the ones I wasn't going to use. This way there's a little stub that I can extend to for future, but obviously it would look a lot cleaner if I just take it out of the harness itself. So I will figure that out, but I just wanted to kind of explain that to you guys. Okay, so for the Monte Carlo, they supply what they call a jumper harness. I believe it's because the sockets are different than for the Chevelle. So I'm going to get this thing opened up. I already got the wires separated. This is basically for all the front lights here, the side markers and everything, the horn. There's also a wire, a relay wire basically for an electric fan. So it's just basically to trigger an electric fan. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just leave that in the harness here. That way there will be provisions here in the front of the car. So if I want to go ahead and add an electric fan later, I can do that. So I got the wire basically separated and pulled to length. Okay, so I got the bulbs put in, the sockets here. Parking lamp is an 1157A. And the side marker is a 194. So let me get this thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm wrapping this part here for the side marker and the parking lamp. I'm just wrapping it with this non-adhesive tape. So I got some helpers here because it's probably a lot easier than trying to do it by yourself. So what I'm going to do once I get to the end here is I'm going to get some electric tape out and tape the ends. I'm going to break that off here. I'm going to ask you to hold that. Let me wrap it. Okay, and just hold that in place. And I'm going to get some electric tape and we'll cinch that end up. Yeah, let's get this. Yeah, just hold that in place. Trying to remember which way I winded it. Okay, let's see. So this is basically how I have one side done, and I'm going to do the same on the other as well. So just wanted to show you guys, give you some ideas. Okay, so I was getting ready to move to the next step and get this thing installed here. And guess what? You know, this grommet here is supposed to go on the front fender extension here on the fender well, inner fender well, and there's no hole there. So there's a grommet here ready to go and everything, and I'm gonna have to drill a hole basically. And I have a unibit, and I was thinking, great, that's going to be excellent, but my unibit is too small. This is 7/8, so I ended up picking up a larger unibit that goes up to 1 3/8 inches. So I'll take the camera up there so you guys can see, but I'm going to need to drill in there. Okay, so here's what it looks like from the underside. Lighting was a challenge for the top there to see the bit coming through, but I got the hole started with my smaller unibit. Now I have a larger one to go, that one that I just showed you, to bore it out more. Just like butter. Okay, so it looks like the hole's big enough now because I can fit this connector through. So with that being said, I should be able to stick this grommet on. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, since, you know, obviously there's bare metal there, I'm going to get some real thick like axle grease and put it around the hole there. Let's get another angle at it so we can see. And there's the hole. It's kind of right in the corner. Let me back out. It's kind of hard to tell. Lighting's not the best. I don't have all that fancy studio lighting, but I just wanted you guys to see. So if I move back, you can see the corner fender there in the front. So it's basically in the corner. Let me just go right over this so you can look straight down and see exactly what I'm talking about. There we go. So if I look right over there, I try to get it on the other side of this. The washer bottle is going to go here for the windshield wipers. I try to get it under, behind, but I couldn't get my drill in the back there. But so I think that'll be good enough. So let me see if I can get the grommet on. Okay, so that's what it looks like from the bottom. Everything came together really good. Let me pop over. Okay, so what I decided to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this wire harness off. I'm going to disconnect it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it from here basically all the way to here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it behind the fender here. At least I'm going to give it a try. Maybe like that. Make sure you pull it tight. Samuel. Go ahead. You got a good grip, Jonathan? Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. I marked it with a piece of tape on the other end just to make sure. And I'm learning right now it's a lot harder to wrap a long piece than a short piece. Okay, we're just coming to the end here. I'm going to get this wrapped up. Put your thumb on there. This took a little bit of time. So what I did is worked with my son here, and what we did is we got the harness wrapped, and even this little extension, and we put the terminals on for the plug. So this is going to plug in to the side marker and the parking lamp for the driver's side. So, and there's also a little ground wire that we had to put on too. I'll figure out where I'm going to land this. I ended up just putting some tape and a rag around the head terminal here, because I keep sliding it back to where it plugs in on the firewall, just double checking things, lengths, and want to make sure I have enough slack on everything. I'm still working on getting the wire harness taped up to go across the radiator there. So I'm just checking things. I got the headlight here is already all wired up. I got a connector made. Everything's all wrapped. I just need to wrap the rest of the wiring that's going across, basically. This green wire is a horn, for the horn, and the horn relay is right under here. So I'm going to put a connector on that. And what I'm going to do actually is I have the harness tucked behind the fender there. I just have to wrap this, and again, I keep putting it back because I'm just trying to get an idea of how it's all going to come together. And again, I'm trying to just hide it so you don't see wire hanging out. So I'm going to wrap this, basically, this exposed area here, and then I'll go ahead and get this separated here. So I'm going to wrap this exposed area, basically, and what I'm going to do is it goes there's a little channel here in between the radiator and the condenser where the wiring will route. So I'm going to basically just route everything right across, but I got to get it all wrapped first. And this orange wire here is for the fan relay. So I was thinking about just letting it go, terminating it here, or just cutting the end off, but I'm going to go ahead and route it all the way behind the battery, and I'll probably just leave it there. Just put a little thing on the end of it, just to completely terminate it, or end it, you know what I mean? So that way I'll have my provisions there. I just need to slap in a relay, and I'll be good for an electric fan. Power's already on that side. It's been a really long day. I mean, this has taken hours to do here. So we've got the wire harness all stretched out, basically, and we're coming to the end for now, at least. I'll have to jump on it tomorrow. But basically, I'm getting it wrapped so it can go across the radiator, and then I'll have to stop there. And because I still have to drill a hole on the other side to bring the wire up for the side marker and the parking lamp. So just getting this wrapped up here, just a couple of more wraps here, and we'll be done for the night. Okay, so I'm running into a few things here that I'm trying to figure out. So the wire harness goes right in between here, so I have to take this top plate off, which is going to scratch this up a little bit. So I got to figure out how I'm going to touch up where the bolts are going down, how they fasten on this top piece here. Another thing is I had to order the little clips, the wire loom clips that are going to snap on. Basically, they go into here and then they snap on. So those will be coming in anytime now. Another thing that I ran into as well is the power cable, basically my ignition, my alternator, and then the power cable basically from the other side of the wire harness also has to route to the front here. So I'm not sure if I should have just wrapped it all as one. So I'm thinking of just wrapping this separately and then potentially wrapping them together. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when it's all comes together. I might just leave them separate so they're two separate harnesses. The other problem that I'm having is the HyperSpark ignition system for the Holley Sniper. I'm going to have to figure out how that's going to get wired up. So everything's at a halt right now. I was going to continue going on to this side here, and now I'm kind of stuck. So I could probably actually still get the connectors put on this side and everything, but I'm kind of at a standstill until I get these little things to put in there, and then I get the HyperSpark coil, and spark box, which I haven't picked up yet because I was going to basically do that last. But now I'm stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and need to order that. And so one thing that I was missing is a wire gutter that goes across the back of the firewall there. I ended up picking one up, and I'm going to have to mock this up too, again, just so I can kind of figure out how much room I have on the firewall there, because I think I'm going to end up putting the coil for the Hyperspark ignition back on the firewall there. I think I might be able to figure something out, but I need to mock this up first and see what I have to work. Basically, this firewall gutter, it mounts right back here. Okay, looks like we're good. Okay, so I have the hole drilled already for the passenger side side marker and parking lamp harness. That's ready to go. And I also put the connectors on for the harness on this side as well to plug into the headlight. That's what this is. This one right here will plug into the side marker and the parking lamp. So notice I have the ground wires there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap these. I had to actually shorten these ground wires. I kind of mocked them up as far as I didn't want to plug everything in all the way, but as I've mentioned several times throughout this build, this car did not have the wire harness installed on it when I got it. It was plugged in. There was just pieces of it that were just kind of just laying under the hood here. So I do not have like all the fasteners and everything. I didn't know the routing and all of that. I also referenced the factory assembly manual as well. So let me get the camera up close here so you guys can see. Okay, so as you can see, I have the fan shroud taken apart. And again, I just want to show you guys a close-up here because this is kind of what I had to do to get everything to this point, to mock everything up. I have the wires separated basically that are going to go mount on the wiper motor back there, and the temperature sensor and all that good stuff is going to mount on the block. Okay, so I have a flashlight that I put on in the inner fender well area there, so you can see that connection from the hole that I drilled on the passenger side. So everything's good to go there. I'm just going to get this wire harness wrapped. Okay, so I have the wire harness complete for the headlights. And so we're good to go. Just trying to show you the end piece here. So yeah, I went ahead and I finished wrapping it. This is the one that goes to the headlight, or the passenger side headlight. And of course I left the ground wire free because it's going to land right here on the front. There's a little terminal block here that it's going to land on. And then for the parking lamp and the side marker, I have this all wrapped as well. And I think what I'm going to do is this ground wire, I'm going to land it on the same block here. And this orange wire is for the electric fan. So once I get everything all cinched down, we'll see. I might, I might just cut a little short. Basically, it's a cap, basically, that you crimp on the end. And that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to leave the full length for now because I'm just going to kind of feel it out and see where we're going to go. So the wire harness is complete for the front headlamps. So now I'm going to move on to the next step.